Okay, hi guys. Okay, in this video I'm going to show you on how to run the simple moderation analysis in IBM SPSS by using OLS, ordinary least square. Okay, before we proceed, okay, so the general description of the data that we are going to use today is this study is interested to check or to test on the moderating effect of gender on the relationship between social support and depression. So in this case, our moderation is in categorical form, in which we have two categories for gender, male and female. Meanwhile, both IVs and DVs are in continuous form. Okay, in which the level is in interval scale of measurement. Okay, so this is the conceptual model for our moderation, and then this is the statistical model for our simple moderation. Okay, so we have our first IV is social. Our IV is social support. Okay, so in which from here we will get the B1. Okay, the constant for the main effect of independent variable, and then B2 we can get it from the gender, okay, as our moderator, and then lastly the interaction between our IV and then our moderation. Okay, so these are the values that we are going to check later. Okay, so we shall proceed to the data set. Okay, so this data set, okay, I got it from Paul E. Jose. Okay, Jose, okay, in his book related to doing statistical mediation and moderation. So you can get the data set once you get the book. Okay, so based on this example, okay, this is our IV, social support, okay, in which it is in ratio scale of measurement, okay, and then gender, okay, gender. So we have two gender here, so we can check from our data view the gender. So the coding that we use here, 0 represent male and then 1 represent female. So it doesn't matter if let's say you use 1 for male, 2 for female, should be okay. It does not give any changes. Okay, and then our DV is depression. Okay, so our DV is depression in this case. Okay, so before we start to analyze, okay, so now we have our IV, our moderator, and DV. So when we refer back to our model just now, so we have the third model here. Okay, so the third model indicate the interaction between social support and gender. So meaning that in our data set, okay, when we want to use the OLS, ordinary least square, in IBM SPSS, before we can proceed with the analysis, we need to create the interaction variable, okay, the interaction term. To create the interaction term, okay, you just click transform and then click compute variable, click transform and then click compute variable. Okay, so in here you just we just put the name for our interaction variable. Okay, so for example, I use social support x times gender, GEND. Okay, social support times gender, I put the name as this one, x gender. Okay, and then for the numeric expression, okay, I double click on social support and locate it under the numeric expression box. Okay, and then I click asterisk, okay, as a symbol for multiplication. Okay, and then I click gender, our moderator. Okay, sorry, double click already. Okay, so gender. Okay, and then I click paste. Okay, so we can see from our data set, so we have our new interaction variable here. Okay, so now to run the analysis, okay, you just click analyze, okay, and then click regression, analyze, regression, and then linear, analyze, regression, and linear. Okay, so this linear regression windows appear. So now we need to locate our variable on the left side into its function on your right side. Okay, so now for dependent variable is our depression, is the depression for our dependent variable. Okay, for independent variable we just choose social support. Okay. Okay, so before I forgot, okay, to run the moderation in through OLS in IBMS, we have to run it by using hierarchical regression. Okay, we need to do it by using hierarchical regression, meaning that we need to we need to insert the variable one by one. Okay, so for if you see here, we have block, right? Block 1. So at the first block, okay, after we enter our dependent variable, we need to enter our independent variable, the first independent variable. Okay, and then click next. Okay, and then the second one, we insert our moderator. Okay, and then we choose and insert it. Okay, and then click next, we insert our interaction variable. Okay. Okay, so the method, let it be as enter method because we already select our variable accordingly. Okay, and then now click statistic. Okay, for statistics, by default it's already checked for your estimates and model fit. Okay, now you just check for confidence interval. Okay. Okay, and then perhaps descriptive. Okay, and then click continue. Okay, for the plots, nothing. Okay, leave it blank. Okay, for save. Okay, for save, you just click for unstandardized and standardized. Okay, unstandardized and standardized. Okay, and then click continue. For option, no, let it be. Okay. Okay, so that's all. Okay, and then you just click OK. After done, tick all the necessary boxes, then you just click OK. Okay, so this is what we want. Okay. Okay, so this is the output for our variable. Okay. So this is our output. Okay, so once it's appear, okay, what we need to highlight on is actually, okay, we go by table okay. So the first table, okay, describe on the descriptive statistics in terms of means and standard deviation. Okay, later the value for our independent variable, the mean and standard deviation, we need to take note. Okay, when we are going to visualize our moderation later. Okay, so we need to take note the mean here. No need for gender, because gender is in categorical form. We should know that we shouldn't take the mean and standard deviation for gender. Okay, so we just take note for the social support mean and standard deviation. And then the second table is related to correlations. Okay, this one should be similar. This one we just ignore it for the time being because it is not the main purpose here. Okay, this is the third table. Okay, highlight the method that we use. Okay, and then it also explain regarding the three model here. Okay, the first model related to our social support and our dependent variable. Okay, the second one is gender and our dependent variable, and then the third model related to the interaction between our independent variable and moderator with our dependent variable. Okay, so this is the model summary, which is you can refer to the R and R square. Okay, and then adjusted R square as well. Okay, so this is the ANOVA table that represent the overall model. Okay, so what we need to highlight is actually the third model, because the third model is related to the interaction model. Okay, that will represent the moderating effect of gender in our analysis. Okay, so the coefficient table. Okay, the coefficient table will represent the unstandardized coefficient, standardized, T and T. This one T, the T value, significant and confidence interval. Okay, so this is the table that we want actually. Okay, so in this table, okay, we need to check for this last column. Okay, this last column. Okay, so the interaction between social support and gender. So based on the result, firstly we need to refer to the to this one. Okay, we need to refer to the interaction here. Okay, so when we refer to the significant value, significant and t-value, we can see that the significant value is 0.157, in which 0.157 is larger than alpha 0.05. So if let's say I use 0.05, so meaning that the interaction effect is not significant. So in this case, meaning that if the significant value is larger than alpha 0.05 or 0.01, the result is not significant. So based on this case, we can conclude that there is no moderating effect of gender on the relationship between social support and depression. Okay, and then we need to make our result clearer. Okay, so that you can get the idea what is the interaction between what is the actual interaction of the gender on the relationship between social support and depression. Okay, according to Iken and West 1991, we should graph it so that we can interpret the moderating effect. Okay, so my suggestion in this, when you use OLS, on how we can graph our result is by using this Excel sheet provided by Victoria University of Wellington. Okay, you can check the website. Okay, I will share the link later. Okay, we can use this one and then click the moderator. If you have the categorical moderator, and then you just click on this box. Okay, because we need to come up with the visual illustration of our moderating effect. Okay, so this is the interface for this Excel sheet actually. So actually you can download this this window. Okay, and then you can run it in Excel file. So here the author provide you with the link here to download the file. Okay, but it's okay for this hands-on, we just use the online interface here. Okay, so what we need is, okay, first the title. Okay, the title. So in this case, our gender is a moderator, so we just type gender as a moderator, gender as a moderator. Okay, and then x-axis represent our independent variable, in which social support. Okay, social support. Okay, and then y-axis represent our dependent variable, which is depression. Okay, and then the moderator is gender. Okay, so in here, okay, main effect here, and then B referring to unstandardized beta. Okay, so main effect here referring to the influence of IV, your IV and DV, in which in our case is the influence of social support on depression. Okay, so here, okay, to get this value here, we need to check for this table, for the coefficient table. Okay, the last model. Okay, for the last model, the main effect is referring to this value. Okay, unstandardized beta. Do not use the standardized beta. Okay, we refer to the unstandardized beta. Okay, and then we need to insert this value. Okay, so for social support, the unstandardized coefficient is negative 0.049. Okay, so we insert the value here. Negative 0.049, correct? Negative 0.049. Oh, okay, negative 0.049. Okay, and then for the moderating variable is referring to unstandardized value for moderating variable. So in this case, our unstandardized beta is 17.765, 17.765, 17.765, 17.765. Okay, and then interaction term is referring to the interaction unstandardized value for the interaction effect. Okay, so in this case, our unstandardized value is negative 0.58, negative 0.58. Where is it? Negative 0.58. Okay, and then the constant here referring to the constant on our third model here. Okay, 7.43. 7.43. Okay, now we go to the mean and standard deviation. So this one is the mean and standard deviation for social support, for main effect, for our independent variable. So we can check it from the first table. Okay, the first table here, the standard deviation here. So we can check for this one. Okay, so the mean is for social support is 23.0333. 23.0333. Okay, so and then our standard deviation is for social support is 4.69752. 4.69752. 4.69752. 69. Am I correct? 4.69752. Yes, I'm correct. Okay, so once you insert the value, okay, so for the categorical group, okay, we just need to define the categorical that we use, the categories that we use. Okay, just now as in our data set, okay, as in our data set, when we refer to our gender, the way when we code our gender, we use 0 for male and then 1 for female. So we should use the similar coding in here. Okay, so 0 represent the male, 1 represent the female. Okay, so once you insert all the necessary values and indicator, you just now click calculate. Okay, click calculate. Okay, so now the value here for 2 times 3 table categorical already calculated for you automatically. Okay, so once done here, now you need to click view figure. Once done here, once you calculate click the calculate and then the value appears, now you click the view figure. Okay, let's see how the graph. Okay, so this is the graph of the moderating effect of gender on the relationship between social support and depression, in which we can see that from the graph that female somehow the graph, the line for female is more steeper. Okay, sharply move downward, okay, compared to the male. So meaning that the social support for the gender, particularly for female, among the female, social support, once they have the more social support among the female, okay, they will reduce the tendency for them to have the depression. But compared to male, okay, it's just slightly reducing. Okay, so that's all for today for this on how to use the OLS in IBM SPSS to run the simple moderation analysis. Thank you guys.